Right, first topic of conversation. Danny Williams' horsecock.
Oh, for fuck's sake, man. Just carry on.
No, first topic of conversation is Huddersfield Town. Now, we all support Huddersfield Town because of our grandparents. They are from there. Our dad supports them. Jonathan's dad supports them. So that is why we have a following for Huddersfield. Now, obviously, we keep up to date with scores, tables. We've gone to a few games this season. We've gone to loads in our past. We were all at the playoff final, both from League One and the Championship. Oh no, you weren't at the League One, were you?
No, I had a
Oh yeah, no, I've been at the League One now.
No, you weren't at the League One, were you?
No.
Why not?
Got appendicitis.
Appendicitis. Oh,
Day
that's what we all
before.
say. That's what
Day
we all
before.
say.
The day
Supposed to be in
before.
the box as well.
In
He
the
was
box
actually.
at Wembley.
Do you know what I heard he was at a party.
He was at a party.
Was it a party?
A mad
At
session.
12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Abbey Sports Centre party. Francesca and Chloe's birthday.
Mr. Wimbags.
Oh, no.
Hang on, was that Mr. Windbags? Was that your party? Was that video that we've got?
When I
Yeah.
was 4.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
Mr. Windbags comes into our school.
No way.
When we go to the panto, he does it for the nursery and reception. When we all go to the panto.
60 now.
I had no... Is that serious?
Yeah.
Mr. Windbags?
Mr.
Yeah.
Windbags.
That's
No,
none of that.
there might be a different one.
Should we go back on the topic of Huddersfield Town?
Yeah, we'll get back on Huddersfield Town. Now, in the most recent game, Huddersfield played Bournemouth at home and they got a very comfortable 4-1 win. Now, this takes Huddersfield out of the relegation zone, puts some distance between them, Stoke and Southampton. Now, hopefully they can keep it up in the next few games. Now, who do we have in the next few games? Let's have a check. I think we have Man United in the Cup, first off at home, and then we have West Brom away, Tottenham away, Swansea at home, and Crystal Palace away. There are our next 5 or 6 games. Now, 3 that I'm looking at are West Brom away, Swansea at home, and Crystal Palace at home. From them,
9 points from
you
them.
need maximum 9 because from them 3 games, but you need a minimum of at least 7. You need 2 wins
points
there to just, especially West Brom, to keep them down.
Yeah.
Swansea to just pull some difference, and Crystal Palace to pull some distance away from them, or catch up to them in a way, because Crystal Palace are above us. Then after that, we've got Newcastle away and Brighton away.
2 must wins again.
They're again 2 must wins, but obviously away from home, if you get a draw, they're not gaining any ground on you.
The next 5 games.
So next one's Man United in the Cup, West Brom away, Tottenham away, Swansea at home, Crystal Palace at home, Newcastle away, Brighton away, Watford at home, Chelsea away, Everton at home, Man City away, and Arsenal at home.
Well,
Now, them last
quite a
4
lot of
games,
points in there.
them last 4 games of Chelsea, Everton, Man City, and Arsenal,
Yeah.
I think they should be write-offs. So that means we need to be safe
Well, like,
by the Watford game.
hopefully you can get a point against someone like Everton.
Yeah, but you don't want to be relying on that, do you?
No,
You
no,
don't
that's
want to be
not what
relying
you're
on it.
relying on.
Watford have slipped down since the start of the season, form-wise.
Yeah, form-wise.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We beat them 4-1 away.
Yeah, exactly.
They have got a new manager and they beat Chelsea recently, but I mean,
Yeah.
it's still beatable.
alright, yeah.
They're the ones we need to pick up points against. Swansea's, your Newcastle's, your Brightons. If we pick up points against them, then hopefully get some distance between us and the relegation zone. Now, onto the game against Bournemouth.
Aaron Moy injury.
Armour injury is a big talking point. It doesn't look like he's going to be out for too long, just some stitches.
Maybe the Man U game just out for, hopefully.
I don't think he'll probably play that anyway.
They'll rest
No.
him in the cup.
Yeah.
Definitely rest him in the cup. I
Especially
think
with
league's
the
a lot
injury.
more important, especially
League,
since we're against Man United.
Take the league a little bit more seriously. Put in some of the youngsters or people that need games.
Sabiri.
Yeah.
Sabiri,
Smith.
Smith should never play. Never ever.
He is atrocious.
Never ever. But they need to concentrate on the league. Concentrate on the league
Yeah.
and get that over the
It's
line.
that whole thing we need still. Aren't we guaranteed more money or something?
Yeah, you definitely got. Yeah, you
you
retain more. So it says that obviously the playoff final was the 100 million match. Now you get, first of all, you get all the ticket money, and well, you don't get all the ticket money because that goes to the losing team, but you get the money anyway from going at Wembley playing and stuff, and you get the money from getting promoted. And that's about like 50 something million. But obviously you stay up, there's a TV deal, and the money for staying up in your first season, you get money for that as well. So if you think we stay up, more money, can invest more in players, invest more in possibly the ground as well,
which we have done.
because we have done
So
in
far,
some
yeah.
parts, but that bit, the Fantastic Media Lower, needs to be made permanent.
Yeah,
You can't just rely on that. So as soon as that becomes permanent, maybe not add corners because the layout of the ground probably wouldn't allow
No.
it.
Wouldn't be able to.
Another thing about the ground though, there's like the can take by the food outlets, the way you buy the food from half time or whatever. I don't agree with it being different around the ground. You have to sit in certain stand.
Yeah.
You know when we couldn't get the tickets all together?
Yeah.
He sat in the
For Man City.
what's that?
Man City at home.
What's that stand called, man?
The dugout stand.
Yeah.
Don't know.
What's
It used to
that
be.
called?
It used to be the golf, didn't it?
No, that was
No,
the
that's
far
the other
one.
one.
Direct golf.
Direct golf.
And the other one was Britannia Rescue. Fantastic media.
Mm-hmm.
We used to have a season ticket in it.
I know.
It does change.
Don't
doesn't
know.
it?
It's just
I
I
don't
don't know.
The one behind the dugout.
Is it the? Oh, I'm sure there's a thing on the outside that I've looked at before.
John Smith.
No, that's just obviously the
Yeah,
stadium,
but
but
is
the
that
massive
not the
Johnson. I
stand?
don't know.
Anyway, yeah, when he went, he could get different food
They
things
got hot dogs and
to us.
Actually, it is that.
But that's not
you can
just
only
there.
get pies and chicken.
That's not just there. It's all around the grounds different. I don't know what it's like for away fans because obviously we'd never sit in the away section. But I know some of them are quite small, like the one we are.
Mhm.
It's quite small for the amount of people it serve. Definitely think that needs improvement.
Yeah.
But obviously, main focus for players. At least.
It's got nothing to do with the performance.
You know,
but,
Reggie Van der Power isn't putting out petitions for bigger pies and stuff.
Nah, but I think for fans,
For fans, yeah, definitely, because
especially the amount of money we pay.
if you spend a lot of money to, obviously, the season tickets obviously are a fair price for Huddersfield when you compare them to some of the top teams like
Well,
Arsenal.
season, yeah.
Like, it's ridiculous. But Huddersfield are fair prices. But it always has been a lower league ground right now.
Yeah.
We've always been, and we've known them in League One
Well, they used to
and the
be
Championship.
they used to be the only team with heated floor in League One.
Exactly.
That's
Underground
Heating.
Yeah.
Heating,
how long ago was that?
Like 10 years ago.
10 years ago.
Like, we've known them in League One and it still had the same ground.
Yeah. But like a lot of teams have been
So you think about
in
like
the same ground.
we used to average like 12,000 and stuff. And fair enough, 12,000.
I remember going when we had season tickets, and it was anywhere from 12 to 14,000.
Exactly, 12, 14,000. And you're right, like the food stuff for 14,000.
Was
It's
probably
fair enough.
decent. Yeah, but now at that rate,
It's
23, 20.
it's a very minor issue. I think I did bring it up, but I think we are overlooking it slightly.
Mm-hmm. Like the main area of focus is staying up.
Yeah.
You stay up, stay in the Premier League, get that extra money, and kick on from there because they've got the potential to.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen that last season, and in phases this season. Obviously, we've gone through a bit of a bad spell so far.
We did go 5 games without a win. Well,
Exactly.
Or more, was it?
More probably.
But we did 5 consecutive losses.
Exactly. So they've got that's the thing. We had that in the Championship as well, though.
Yeah, we did blip after Christmas. It was a bit. Of
Did that little blip. Had that blip after about Easter time where it didn't look like we were going to get into the playoffs at
Yeah,
even.
we were like bordering playoff. Yeah.
We'll just have them little blips, and obviously you can't hardly afford them in the Premier League
No.
because that means relegation.
Yeah, with teams around you and
We could afford it in a
The amount of
Championship
points.
because you might lose 5 games in Championship, but then you might win your next 7 or 8.
Yeah. You can't switch off either.
Can't switch
I
off at
watched
all.
something the other day and it was talking about it was about Bournemouth. They thought we're on a run, they've beaten Chelsea recently.
Beat Arsenal a couple of weeks ago.
And they came into the game probably thinking, we can just turn up.
Yeah, turn up.
And look, we walked all over them. They
Mhm.
didn't have the ball for 90 minutes.
Actually, no. I
So-
think the only reason we walked all over them is because David Wagner has a style of play. The players know how to play under that. But for the last 10 games or so, he's changed it, and we've parked the bus and we've bottled it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't. It's not the player's fault when your manager's obviously telling you to do something.
Mhm.
But at the same time, you've got to have a realisation of this isn't working.
Yeah.
And fair enough, against Bournemouth, they've changed it around and gone up, scored 4 goals. Fair enough, one of them was a penalty. The second one, I think, was a contentious decision.
but you can't get a penalty without making the
No, exactly,
move
but-
into the box and getting there.
But if you're looking at it from a critical point of view, it's not like we've literally banged 4 amazing goals in. And like, because obviously we conceded,
But there's
there was
been
2 goals in the first 14
I
minutes.
tell you what they were good at though, counter-attacking. As soon as our defenders, even still,
high pressure as well.
made mistakes,
We weren't
and
sitting back
Bournemouth
off them.
did counter on that.
Well, that's what you're going to get in the Premier League. Premier League is full of pace, full of players wanting to punish you
Yeah,
as soon as you make a mistake. As soon as you make a mistake, someone will want to punish you for it.
That's how Leicester won the league though, counter-attacking football.
Counter-attacking. As soon as you're not going to take the best opportunity, someone else will.
Yeah.
So you look at it, 14 minutes into the game, it was 1-1.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the reason it was 1-1, because both teams have got bad defences. When it got to
Not the
14
best, yeah.
minutes, that's why they're both down there.
Mm-hmm.
But Huddersfield, then, at home, they know the style of play. We're going to press you, we're going to push you, going to make this hard for you.
Mm-hmm.
And then, as soon as they've got that sorted, then the defence can be sorted, because the defence doesn't know what to do when they've got Moy and Hogg sitting on the toes.
Mm-hmm.
The defence doesn't know what to do. Zanka, Schindler, Hadjinai and Malone, they don't know what to do, they're just sitting there. They're just like, well, do I go forward? Do I sit back?
Yeah, they don't want to go in front
to?
of them. They don't want to go
Exactly.
in front of the midfielders.
Last season, you saw, when we had the full-backs bombing on, and people pushing forward, you had Hogg, Schindler and Hefele just sitting on the halfway line, passing the ball between them, looking for an opportunity to play it forward, playing it into Moy in the middle.
Mm.
They knew what they had to do, and they've got back to that now.
Tell you who did show that well last night, the other day, Shelvey and Diame against Man United. Now, obviously, we're not a fan of Newcastle, but credits to them. Did you watch the highlights?
No, I haven't seen any of it.
Unbelievable. They ran the game for 90 minutes, past Pogba and Matic, literally passing around them, getting back to defend when Man United were on the counter attack, getting up to attack. Shelvey had arguably probably the game of his life. Unbelievable game Shelvey had.
Mhm.
Pogba apparently had an injury, didn't he? But
Yeah, I don't know about that.
got it in the warm-up and then...
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if Sanchez came out and said he got an injury while I was trying to take that fake shot on an open goal.
Yeah, you're probably telling him pulled hamstring or something.
I still haven't seen that properly.
The ball comes in the box. He gets it round.
Takes round the keeper,
It's like,
open
well,
goal.
It
And
takes a bit of a deflection, like off the Newcastle defender a little bit, I think.
It is wide. The angle it takes him to is a wide angle. I can
But-
see why he's wanting to set himself up for it.
As soon as he gets the ball, all he has to do is wrap his foot round it. Whereas he seen them coming and thought he'd take another touch.
He wanted to settle himself, and he didn't have the time to, because he had free play. There was 3 Newcastle players. That's the only clip I've seen. Is that bit where he takes it on the keeper, and there's 3 Newcastle defenders running straight back to the line. They're not running to him to tackle him. They're running to the line to block the ball.
Mhm.
And he tries to take a touch. Fair enough to settle yourself if you want to, but sometimes just have a go. Just might as well. Like, if you're off balance, then fair enough.
Like you saw
But
Sterling
it's
the other
worse.
week missing it. Because he didn't try and settle himself, he just...
The
missed.
one thing with that was a lot faster.
He was running in.
He was
for it
running
as well,
onto
yeah.
it. He's stretching for it, and the ball came in with pace. When there's this Sanchez one, he's taking it round. He's got a touch, and he then chose to settle himself.
Yeah.
Whereas Sterling didn't have a chance to take a touch and settle himself.
If you look at the
Against
league tables, there's 5 points separate 10th place and
10th.
18th
Mhm.
place. So, like, Bournemouth are sitting on 10th now. Yeah, we beat them. If they carry on that losing streak, not being able to get a win, I know they're not on bad form. That's one game out of however many, but a couple of slips like that.
Bournemouth never seem in dire trouble. Fair enough. They're only how many points did you say? 5.
They're on 31 points. Yeah, they're 5 points ahead of 18th.
So they're 5 points ahead of 18th. So that's easily you can get dragged into it from there.
Mm-hmm.
But you never see because Bournemouth. What I see from them, because obviously they battered us earlier on in the season, 4-0.
Yeah.
They've got a lot of very clever players.
Yeah.
Now, they're not going to be world beaters who are going to play in the Champions League, play in the Europa League, play for bigger clubs. I don't see any of Bournemouth players moving to that next level. But what they've got is a lot of players that know how to play the game.
Yeah.
They know how to pass it round easy. They know how to get them cheap free kicks. They know how to mess up the opposition. That Harry Arter, I absolutely hate him. Because what he does, he's a wind-up merchant. He'll kick and kick players all game. Like Moy, one of our creative players. He'll just knock him down, kick him, take that yellow card. He'll wind him up, wind the rest of the players up. Just because he can. And it's clever, because then Moy might make a stupid decision. Obviously he hasn't, and hadn't worked in that game. But you see it all the time.
60 minutes or something.
From where we sit at Huddersfield, you see it all the time when a player's set, when he looks for a pass to play, a Huddersfield player goes to mark him and he takes that little touch inside, gives himself 2 yards. Do you always see Bournemouth players, who else can I include in that? I'm trying to think of good players, like Stoke. Stoke, fair enough, they're low down, but some of their players have that intelligence in them to just go, right, I'm going to give myself another couple of yards here, I can do a little turn here, give myself a couple of yards, and I've got a better option to pass. You see them, their reaction times are so much quicker sometimes than Huddersfield players.
You know, when we were at the Stoke game at home, and you know that they're sitting on 19th, right? Or fair enough, 2 points behind us. When we seen them play, what was that score?
1-1.
1-1, yeah, I thought it was a draw. They didn't look like a bad side. Fair enough, sometimes a bit of their positioning, tracking down the ball wasn't fantastic, right? And that's what led, for both teams, that's what led to both their goals. But they weren't awful. Start the season.
They were awful. Start the season.
Yeah.
Like usually in the Premier League, there's usually one team that's at the bottom for the whole time, never looks like getting out of it, never has a chance. Most of the time it's looked like Sunderland and they have got a chance out of it. But sometimes you see teams like when Bolton have been in the Premier League before.
Yeah.
Teams like Crystal Palace a couple of times have been that team.
Start the season. Crystal Palace, their first win was against, was it Chelsea?
Yeah, Chelsea 2-1 when Roy Hodgson came in. But I mean, there's always that team that seems to get absolutely battered all season. And it hasn't been anyone this season. Fair enough, West Brom have only got 3 wins all season. But it's not like they're not a massive adrift from it. How many points are West Brom away from? Just safety.
7 points from safety.
7 points from safety.
Well,
so
they're on 20, we're on 27. So we're sitting on 17th.
17th. So that's doable.
Yeah.
It's definitely doable if they have the character, the desire, or the attitude to do so, or the talent even to do so, is a different matter. But it is definitely doable. They can still stay up with winning 3 games right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all it takes is for the bottom teams to have all of them have a bad week, bar West Brom, and if West Brom get the win, they're straight back in contention.
Well,
I think they are looking
last
at
4 games are, because obviously we've got those last 4 runs.
Them last 4 ones are an absolute write-off for Huddersfield. Chelsea, Everton, Man City and Arsenal.
So West Brom's fixtures are... obviously they're playing tonight.
Playing away to Chelsea.
Away Chelsea.
Now hopefully that's a very clear Chelsea win. Then who have they got?
So they've got... they're still in the FA Cup.
Now FA Cup can either be a massive help for you, because it gives you... who they're playing in the FA Cup?
Southampton.
So if they beat Southampton in the FA Cup, fair enough, it's another Premier League team though, isn't it? I know it's the Cup and it doesn't get any points, but they've got that confidence. Look, we can beat this team.
Yeah.
Who else are they playing?
We're playing them away.
Well,
so they've got us at home on the 24th.
And obviously, we want a Huddersfield win from that. But obviously, that's another game that West Brom have to target as a win.
So who have West Brom got next then?
Saturday, 3rd of March, they've got Watford away.
See, that's another one. That West Brom, who are bottom, who are catching up to everyone, they're looking forward. They need to catch teams up. They need to target Watford as a win.
Yeah, then they've got a week later, they've got Leicester at home.
At home.
They need to obviously win that, but Leicester, what Leicester?
They need to win them all.
They need to win them all, obviously, because when you're down there, you need to win them all. But yeah, Leicester, it's still a hard game, regardless.
It's games like that at home, though, you need to capitalise.
Well, obviously Newcastle against Man United.
Yeah.
Man United
us against Man United.
Yeah.
Huddersfield.
Well, that's different though, because at the time we weren't really looking at relegation. We were mid-table.
Yeah, 10.
Fair enough, we still beat Man United, but right now, when Newcastle beat Man United, they're gone up to 15th. They were 17th, they've gone up to 15th, pulled themselves further away.
Yeah.
So West Brom are looking like the team that are sinking.
Yeah, they do need to
pick up points.
Yeah, they do need to.
And so do Stoke and Southampton, who are also in the relegation zone.
Well, all of the bottom teams.
All the bottom teams do,
but they can't, and that's where it's going to set away from the bottom 3, which are going to.
I think the bottom 3, as it is, will stay. I think West Brom, Stoke, and Southampton will all go down.
I'd like to think that.
Well, I just think that Southampton, they don't look like they can be bothered, half the players. I don't think they've got enough fight in them when it comes to a proper relegation scrap. Like, look at it. Newcastle play Man United at home. They've beat them 1-0. They've absolutely played them. Southampton play Liverpool, lose 2-0. Sorry, and some of the worst defending I've ever seen for that first goal. It goes underneath the defender's foot for that Salah one.
Yeah.
Right.
So Southampton, they don't look like they've got enough fight. Stoke, I think, they've got too many old players in there. They've got Darren Fletcher, Charlie Adam, Joe Allen, Peter Crouch. They've got too many oldies in there. Ryan Shawcross. They've been in the Premier League too long.
Yeah.
And then we were just talking about West Brom. So I think the three that it is now will go down.
Next topic of conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know whether anyone has seen it. You probably have if you've got Twitter and social or any form of social media. Well, there's two things actually. Both
penis based.
Yeah.
And around footballers with the penis out.
You
That
search on social media footballers with the penis out.
You were the one who told me to search that, and I searched it in the lesson.
No, he told you to
All I
search
searched
Dele
was
Alli.
search Dele Alli. I didn't say search Dele Alli
'Cause I
with
did
his
the same
cock
thing.
out.
Well, I
I did the
didn't
same.
say Dele Alli with his cock out. I just said Dele Alli and went down, and it just seemed to be a video of his penis.
Well, it wasn't even his penis.
Well, it was just a bush. Like a bush.
It was a bush. I saw the Amazon.
Dele Alli the bushwhacker.
But I don't know whether this one isn't as big, but Danny Williams.
Danny Williams is as big, if
It
not
is,
bigger.
it is
Not like that.
Not in the news relevance.
Not in the news, but it is bigger.
Yeah. Basically, the camera was panning around on David Wagner, and poor Danny Williams was trying to.
Poor Danny Williams. Poor.
Well-
You've seen that?
Yeah, but
That man is not poor. Scott, would you care to explain what happened, seeing you seem to be an expert in this?
Well, use the ones who showed me this again. So the camera was panning across the bench and towards David Wagner, and while Danny Williams was sorting out his shorts behind David Wagner, his penis just kind of happened to be on the screen.
well,
Just behind.
I don't know how he's actually managed it. To be fair,
It is.
'Cause
It's weird.
He's only got shorts on,
He's got shorts. I don't know what he does. He's got shorts on.
and he
Pulls them down, then pulls them
like,
back up
to his
But-
knees.
Yeah, he like fully pulls them down, then fully pulls them back up again.
I think he's done it deliberately, mate.
He can't have done it deliberately.
Yeah, but
like,
how's he know the camera's going to be facing
Yeah,
on?
Wang was
What's the
walking
point?
across.
What's
He's
the
probably
point?
thought, "Oh, wait."
What's the point in like doing that? Like on the bench, like,
dunno.
fair enough. Like your teammates might on the bench go, "Ah, that's funny," but like, why would he do it?
No,
He must have been sorting himself out, and he's obviously gone to rearrange his shorts, and he's pulled his pants at the same time. That's the
Yeah.
only thing I can think.
Yeah. When was the Dele Alli one from? How long ago?
Oh,
was
years ago, that
Because it
video was
wasn't-
from.
I don't think.
Oh, is
Yeah, no, I don't think it's
No.
recent. I don't think it was years. It was like 2016. So not.
Two now.
Well, yeah, depends.
Actually,
what it was.
no. I don't understand because it came up on mine. What it said was, Dele Alli dives against Liverpool. Liverpool fans hack his iCloud and leak that. And I was thinking, is Dele Alli that stupid that he's got something like that on his own phone?
Well, I think that was just a bit of a joke because Liverpool, they were having a go at Liverpool fans. I think they were just like, oh, yeah, they've hacked his iCloud. I think whoever's filmed that has leaked it.
yeah, but
or-
obviously that's someone got to be someone close to Dele Alli.
Like, I know I don't use WhatsApp, use mine, but like WhatsApp groups, if people have like, especially amongst players,
Yeah, it saves, doesn't it, automatically
Yeah.
once you change it, so it could be on
and
anyone's
someone,
phone.
it might not have been on whoever Dele's phone or whoever filmed its phone. It could have been on like when you click on it and watch it, it saves on their phone. Anyone could have been hacked, or anyone could have leaked it to the press for money
Exactly.
or anything.
But I mean,
So
it is stupid though for someone in 2017, well 16, 17, 18 to keep something like that knowing about all these things that happen
Yeah.
and how easy it is to hack.
Especially with how big of a player he is, and obviously the
Well,
things
Danny
that
Williams,
can
I'd
happen.
argue, is bigger.
have you been looking at this too long?
Not that sort of player.
But no, exactly. He's high profile. He must take so much caution and stuff like that as well.
Yeah, you'd have to. You're on all that money, and you could lose it in the blink of an eye. One wrong move, runs stupid.
Do you know he was a prostitute as well?
I thought it would have been.
Oh.
I was
I
prostitute,
didn't-
not even his girlfriend.
I didn't know that. I didn't know who it was.
Aye, prostitute.
Luckily for her, you can't really tell who it
No.
is.
Well,
So she won't
unfortunately for him, you can.
Yeah. He's rubbing his nipple as well.
That's the
funniest bit.
weirdest
Well,
part of it.
Was,
But
was he actually?
It actually,
Well,
yeah, he sort of like touches
I
it,
don't
doesn't
know when
he?
he was just itching it, but like he sort of like
It
did this.
scratches there. It's weird.
I haven't
Like
seen
that's
that
one
much.
weird thing. The other weird thing is he's laughing at the time.
Yeah, he's laughing, which is weird.
I don't understand as
Might have
well
been a bit
the
tipsy.
location because it seems to be they're looking out over London like skyline.
Yeah,
Like it seems to be an open pan window, like looking out at London at night.
Top of the shard.
And then also the Amazon rainforest that I had to see as well.
Doing some Ryan Taylor stuff.
Obviously, all
climbing the
all
building.
them photoshops though afterwards.
Oh.
So funny.
That's what happens now on social media, though. As soon as anything like that, Danny Williams saying that something so...
Yeah.
That his penis was on screen for literally half a second. Half a second! And it's managed to go around all over on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
And edits and stuff. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, even the players were having a laugh. Like, Kajunga called him the horse.
Yeah. Just gonna laugh about
Like,
it.
the thing was, that was like 10 minutes after the game as well, so...
I know,
Exactly.
it's fresh.
Exactly.
So they must have been told, or someone must have let them know, because...
tagged them in it or something.
But it would have been straight on Twitter. As soon as someone sees, like, a penis flopping around, they go, Twitter.
Yeah, true.
Record that. And then they would have realised, obviously they would have realised, because obviously it's Danny Williams, and to be fair, I wouldn't be surprised with that if he doesn't walk around the change room and going, woohoo, look at me. So they all instantly knew, haha, that's Danny's.
Colin definitely puts like some sock down his to try and make his bigger like.
Colin.
Super
Big
cool.
Colin Quayle.
Super cool.
Pritchard needs to make himself taller, not just his penis.
Potatoes.
Back on West Brom, Bournemouth, the actual game.
Mm-hmm.
The first goal, the Pritchard one, after 7 minutes, what we've said for the last 2 seasons, even in the Championship when we got promoted, is we get absolutely no one in the box.
Yeah.
There is no one to put crosses into, there's no one to play little right through balls. But that first goal there, Mounier is running into the box, and Pritchard is also in the box.
Mm-hmm.
We've had like
support. Yeah, you
like
need someone
it's the
to play
first
off.
time I think we've ever seen that.
It's very rare that you get a team with one striker. Yeah, some teams, if you've got like Harry Kane up front on his own, say.
But he's not up front on his own. Fair enough, he might be a lone striker, but he's got Eriksen's son, Ali, all around him.
If he was playing for a different team and they were playing one up front, fair enough, he has the ability to get past people and score. He's world class. Whereas someone like Pritchard or Mounier, for example, or Kachunga, they need someone, you need to pass it around. You can't expect to take on defenders, especially in the Prem.
Exactly. There's so much riding on it as well. So much riding on that game against Bournemouth. Because Bournemouth, obviously they were 10th at the time. I think they still might be. But they still couldn't get fully dragged into it. But the top end of the table, it's like the most boring Premier League we've ever seen. It's turned into Syria. We know from
one clear winner.
We knew from the end of August it was going to be Man City.
Basically.
The way they've played this season, though, it's not like people will criticise them saying that how much of money they spent and stuff. And do you see this season Pep Guardiola became the first manager to spend £1 billion. So Barcelona and Bayern Munich and Man City spent £1 billion.
But there we go, money.
But obviously people will say the money, but some of the players he inherited Sterling, I think. Yeah, inherited Sterling. He bought Stones, fair enough.
Jesus, how much was Jesus?
Well, he sort of bought Jesus, sort of didn't, because he came in the January, but he was already bought for them. He inherited Aguero, inherited De Bruyne,
Yaya,
inherited Silva.
Edison, he brought Edison in.
Brought Sane in. But a lot of the players that are doing well this season, Sterling's had one of his best seasons of his career.
Yeah.
He inherited him and he's made him a better player.
Mm.
Yeah.
So you can talk about he spent this much money on so many players and stuff, but the way they've played is winning football. It's not just because of it's not like Real Madrid. Real Madrid buy the best players and just go, there you go, win games. Mm-hmm. This Pep Guardiola has tactics. Like Real Madrid have got Ronaldo, Benzema, James Rodriguez, Modric. Obviously they've lost James Rodriguez now, Bale. They don't have a system in place. All they do is literally, you guys go do what you do best, which leads to Ronaldo getting annoyed when teammates score, him not passing, and at the minute he scored 2 La Liga goals.
Yeah, I've seen actually Thierry Henry said on Sky Sports about Pep's tactics and things, and how he did the same when he played at Barcelona. He said like the wingers are left out wide, unmarked, because all the plays happen in the middle, like confusing their midfielders and defenders, passing it around.
And sucks them in.
Yeah, sucks all them in. All you need is then winger, someone like Sane. I know, well, he's out, but Sterling run in the wing. All it takes is De Bruyne to slip him through. Just pass the defender, especially his accuracy in passing. Slips him past Sterling, one touch, bang, usually a goal. Same with Aguero. Like them wingers but he said like 3P's positioning, possession,
Passing.
Yeah, or whatever it was. I can't remember what it was now, but
You'd guess it's passing with Pep Guardiola. I said Ronaldo had scored 2 goals. He did score a hat-trick at the weekend. I forgot about that.
who against? But who against?
Real Sociedad.
Right.
They're still up there, but
Well, it's a mixed bag in the league of who's good and who's not. But I mean, Man City will win the league, and that's been fairly obvious for a while. It's just how soon they will win the league.
like 5 more games or something, is it?
Yeah.
Well, it's 5 or 6. If they win the next 5, and I think it goes to the derby at the Etihad against Man United.
Is that with Man U winning all their next games as well?
I think so, yeah, from what I've read. But I mean, that's ridiculous that. In April. Like we're talking about from now, in February, that they can wrap up the title pretty soon. And they're still in the Champions League, and they're still in the FA Cup, and they're still in the League. Are they in the League Cup final? Yeah, they are, aren't they?
I can't
I'm not
remember.
sure.
I think they're still in the League Cup final, Man City. So Man City could win the quadruple. They could,
They've got the players.
They could.
They've definitely got the players.
but they're still in all the competitions.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing is with them, I think they've got quite a thin squad.
Yeah.
Looking at it, because at the minute they're playing Danilo at left back when he's a right back.
Well,
Company seems to be in and out the squad all the time. You think if Edison gets injured, then the next one coming in is Bravo, and Bravo's been absolutely criticised last
wasn't
season.
very
And
good
it's-
last season, was
exactly,
he?
so maybe they might not win the quadruple, and they might not. Well, regardless of injuries or anything, I think they will win the league. They could.
Yeah.
I think they could have a break for the next 5 weeks. Go on.
Yeah, they
On
might
your-
start doing that.
On your holes,
Like,
have a break.
they'll focus
Maybe
on
Guardiola's
cups
thinking about the
or-
World Cup. Get this league wrapped up as soon as I can.
So my players.
Then my players can have a rest, and then they can go to the World Cup.
Yeah.
Instead of we will fight our hardest till
to
May,
the end.
and then next month we have a World Cup.
Mhm.
So you think about it, when
That
you,
is quite interesting though, because players are going to have to push for league contentions and things
Yeah.
in the leagues all around the world,
Mhm.
and then go off with their home countries.
That's the problem
It's
with the World Cup.
It's not straight away, but it's soon. It's
Mhm.
there's actually
June.
yeah.
June's
Well,
the first game.
There's technically a month in between the end of the
I
season
think the
and
first,
the World Cup
the
starting.
first game
But
is
if
the
you think-
16th of June.
something like
Yeah,
that.
but obviously I don't think that includes many Premier League players.
No, there's like 4 games on that day though, isn't there?
There's one day where there's 4 World
I
Cup
think it's
games
that
on
first
Mhm.
day.
where
Not the same team.
No.
no, I played
Russia play
4.
over.
Yeah,
Play themselves as well.
it's a quick turnaround.
Exactly. So you might want to get it wrapped up as soon as. Fair enough. People want to be competing for 4th place, and like Chelsea, Liverpool, Man U, even Tottenham and Arsenal, they'll be competing for 4th place, and the relegation will still be going
Mm-hmm.
because there's no chance that there's going to be 3 teams written off by April.
No.
There's no chance that's going to happen.
I don't even think one team will be written up
Exactly.
by April this time.
Exactly. So
There's been years where
There's
it's
no
been
point.
April already for teams, but
there's no point thinking that it's going to happen when that at the end of the season there'll still be no one fighting. Fair enough, it would be the best option for them internationally for players not to be
yeah.
at it full blow till May,
There's
but
only
it's not going to happen.
there's only Sterling for the England. Who
Sterling,
plays regular for Man City.
Walker,
Oh yeah, Walker.
John
as
Stones.
Well. Stones is he? Well, I suppose he's probably the best.
Gareth Southgate likes him because he can play out.
Yeah.
He likes Eric Dyer as well because he can do that. That's another topic though, the World Cup. What do you think we'll do? Because I think the group's quite easy.
Danny Rose, how about?
They've got to get out the group.
Depends what team he starts to play.
I think they'll get out the group easy enough. In the quarterfinals, I think the hardest we've got to Poland in the round of 16. Sorry, is Poland. And I think quarters we could face Germany, but could get an easier one as well.
Yeah, depending on how.
So I think we can do it. Obviously, Belgium's the hardest game for us because you look at Belgium. You think about Belgium in the past, you go, they're not a hard team to beat. But you look at Belgium's squad, and you've got Courtois in goal, Company, Vertonghen, Oliveira at the back, and then midfield you've got De Bruyne, Fellaini,
Yeah, the thing with
Hazard.
Belgium is though they've got
Hazard.
they've got all of these.
They've got
good
talent,
players.
but what I said with Real Madrid, they've got talent, but they don't seem to have any tactics and how to
No.
fit it together. Because at one
If you
point
think
they were the
about their
highest ranked
players-
team in the world.
If you think about their players,
They should win
you
it.
don't think of Belgian players as being. You think, oh, Hazard, yeah, Lukaku, and all them, right? And then you think, hang on a second, they've got like Mertens,
Mertens is an
Courtois,
unreal player.
all of them company. And then you think, hang on, they've got all these. They've probably got like highest rated
Yeah.
a team
Altogether, yeah.
teams in the world.
Well, in
Cup.
2016 they were the highest ranked team. Germany won the Euros.
Mhm.
No, who won it? No, obviously Portugal won the fucking Euros.
Mhm.
But Belgium were the highest ranked team.
It's all about playing together, and obviously they just don't gel
Obviously
as a
can't
team.
do it.
Yeah, but
Which would be interesting to see this World Cup, mind, because if they've put some thought and tactics into it,
you
they
don't get a lot of like unreal managers managing at World Cup level, like
It's
an international level.
It's not a very demanding job, is it? It's a
Well, Joachim
not very
Löw at
often.
Germany.
yeah, true, but I think I will be really interested to see Belgium play.
Mm-hmm.
Really do think if they've got all their stuff together right, I think honestly they probably might be in contention for winning it. I
Yeah,
think
the
if they,
favourites right now were Spain, Germany,
obviously the usuals,
and Brazil. Brazil have got an unreal squad.
and I think that,
a lot of young.
But
players
Brazil
as
have
well.
got that thing what you're talking about with Belgium is they know how to play with each other. That's why
yeah,
Paulinho
yeah.
is playing for Barcelona, because his form for Brazil has been unbelievable and he can play in that system. It's a similar system Brazil play to Barcelona where they're quite forward thinking and
Mhm.
Paulinho can play in that system for Brazil and he's been unreal. He's captained Brazil.
What about
Yeah.
French.
And France as well, they've got all that talent.
There's a
You
lot
think
of
of their
youth.
team,
A lot
but
of youth
like,
as well.
exactly
though.
they've got Mbappe, 19 years old, Ousmane Dembele, 21, Pogba, 24. They've got Griezmann, who's obviously a bit older, and Lacazette. Lacazette's doing absolutely nothing for Arsenal at the minute. Giroud, who's a backup player at best.
Yeah.
And then, who else have they got? They've got Lamar at Monaco, who's been rumoured with Liverpool and Arsenal. But they're all young players. The midfield is predominantly young players, and the defence is slow as anything. Koscielny, Sanya right back, or CBA will play right back.
Debussy. But
Or Debussy. That's a other option. Evra on
Mate,
one side, or Digne from Barcelona.
Mhm.
The full-backs are awful, and the centre-backs, Koscielny, Laporte, Umtiti,
We've got
whoever they play.
Lloris as
Lloris
keeper,
is a
though.
good keeper, and whoever they play at the back, they've got a distinct lack of pace at the back.
The group
Yeah.
that stands out, Group B, Portugal, Spain, and then we've got Morocco and Iran. It's going to be contention for first and second in
Mhm.
Group B.
Who've
That'll
what's
be-
Germany's group?
Germany have got Sweden, Mexico, and South Korea. So
That's an interesting group. I think ours is the most interesting because
yeah,
we play quite young players, and we're one of them old dogs that should do better than what they do. And Belgium are quite an up and coming team. Also, who else are in our group? Is it Paraguay? And
no, Panama and
Panama.
Tunisia.
Panama,
I think-
Tunisia?
What's interesting is Group E with Brazil, because Brazil have got Switzerland, Costa Rica, and Serbia.
That's a hard group. That's a hard group.
Brazil, that is a
Because you
hard
can
group.
because you can name players from all them teams. For me, I can't name any Tunisian or Panama. Well, I can name one Tunisian who I don't want to speak of, Wabi Kazri. But that Brazil, that is a hard group because Switzerland did quite well in the Euros.
And-
Costa Rica did well in the last World
the
Cup.
last World Cup.
Serbia have got good players as
Yeah.
well. That's the hardest group, I would
Matic
say.
is Serbian, isn't he?
Matic is Serbian, yeah.
He's good midfielder.
Mitrovic is Serbian.
Yeah.
You've got good
he's
players.
Not even playing.
No, but he's playing for Serbia. He plays well for Serbia.
He will play, yeah.
That's a hard group. Obviously, you'd expect Brazil to walk all over it. But
I think they'd like to think they'd walk all over it,
Mhm.
but
But
it's
they might
definitely
not.
going to be a
obviously you
tough...
can't predict it.
They've got talent, though. They've got Neymar,
Mm-hmm.
Paulinho, all of them.
Jesus, Edison.
It would be. Edison doesn't even start, you know.
Is
Who's-
it?
Edison doesn't start
Cesar?
for... No, it's... Cesar's retired now.
Oh, is he?
It's... what's his name? It's like Addison from Roma.
Oh,
What
yeah.
his name?
Yeah.
But he's like been unreal for Roma in the last
Really?
season or so, and he starts for Brazil
Right.
ahead of Edison.
Quite interesting.
The World Cup will be a good tournament to watch. Hopefully better than this Euros, because the last Euros were awful.
I'm not a fan of the Euros. I'm not really.
Well, it obviously can be good, and has had some highlight moments and stuff. But I mean, this one was awful. Like the style of play, like Portugal drew how many games? Two. They drew 2 games
in the
group.
group.
Lost one. Got second place. Went through in added time. in the round 16 and the quarter final. They beat Wales fair enough in the semi.
Wales were probably looking one of the best. Just they got
The style of play, yeah, and the consistency, yeah, definitely. But no, but it was one of the worst
definitely
Euros has been, or competitions.
Just looking on here, something about Man United. It's not loading now.
Is that news?
Yeah, there's a few stories on here. Obviously, it's talking about the game tonight. Kicks off in 10 minutes. West Brom, Chelsea. I think that'd be an interesting game for both of them because both of them need a win.
Well, Conte is
Definitely.
on his last straw.
Yeah.
Conte is on his last life.
Honestly,
If they lose tonight, he has to go.
I think he will.
He has to go.
Definitely.
They say, oh no, they'll give him a chance. How many games is it now since they've had a win?
I can't remember.
Or even kept a clean sheet?
They've been so dull this season, Chelsea, and so inconsistent. It's amazing that they're even in the position they're in.
Standout players for Chelsea this season: Alonso,
Hazard.
and Hazard.
Hazard will go though. Hazard will go soon, I think, because he can go into that next level. And obviously, Chelsea fans will get annoyed about next level and stuff from Chelsea. But let's face it, it's not like they're winning the league consistently. Fair enough, they won it last season, but they hadn't won it for a while before that.
Cups, they don't do very well in the cups.
They haven't done well as well recently. They won the League Cup a while ago, but again, FA Cup, they haven't won it for a while. And Real Madrid, Barcelona, PSG even, are that next level for Hazard. So you would think he might move soon if things don't pick up for them.
Yeah, just reading another thing here about that Dubravka, is it? Yeah. Dubravka. Saying he won't be a one-hit wonder. What do you think?
Well, he did quite well against obviously Man United, obviously, but it's obviously one game, and he's saying it was that Rafa Benitez saying he won't be one-hit wonder, or Newcastle fans.
It's just on a web blog, so.
All right, so fans saying that he won't be a one-hit wonder.
Yeah.
That's their opinion. Obviously, you do want your players to be a one-hit wonder. Like Mounier, obviously for Huddersfield, came in, played 2 games. He played 1 game against Crystal Palace, scored 2 goals, and then didn't hear anything from him for a while. Didn't score any. But obviously, you look at his style of play and stuff, and you'd think that he probably would score a few more goals, and he has recently. But obviously, Newcastle fans will want to say that the goalkeeper's not going to be good for 1 game.
They're saying obviously he's only on loan till the end of the season, which is a bit demoralising. But they have organised a clause or agreed a clause of potentially 4 million. Now, I don't know the rules in that, but if he's had this form, he might end up going back. They might not want to sell him.
Where's he on loan from?
Couldn't tell you.
So most of the time, Premier League clubs get their own way.
Yeah.
But it depends if Newcastle are in the Premier League.
Well, that's the thing. That's it. Yeah.
But looking at it, you would think they would stay up.
Yeah.
Because they've got too many, like what I said, them clever players that know how to get that extra yard, know how to wind players up, know how to get the win. But you'd expect them to stay up, really.
Mm-hmm.
And he probably will get that 4 million from him, and it's not that much, really, in nowadays for a goalkeeper. Right, I think that is enough there. We've rambled on for enough time. Talked quite a lot about a lot of things. Huddersfield, the World Cup, previewing that. But thank you for listening, and we'll be back soon with the other episode of the KentCast.